When creating a new quote, a default press will already be selected, and this will be the default press set in the press preferences. You can click on the press name drop-down menu to select a different press if you wish. There's three sections. You've got digital presses, large format presses and offset presses. And there's a choice for costing the ink used in a job by percentage or rate per 1,000 sheets, and this default is set in the press preferences, and that is set here. So if we go the Armada 2-colour press, we'll see that we have, if we're using the percentage, it'll be 3%, 0.3%, or a rate of 45 cents per 1,000 with a minimum of $2 per colour. The next is the colours per run, and that's set by the type of press we choose. And then we can choose to have a minimum run. And if the press is set to charge a minimum run, the rate minimum run checkbox will be selected. And the default number of running machines in the minimum run is the minimum quantity, and that is set in the press preferences. If the number of sheets is less than the run, it will be costed at the minimum quantity when it is run. So if we go to the press preferences, we'll see the minimum quantity is 330 sheets, which will be at the running impression rate based on $120 per hour for the press. The press can also have a markup if you wish as well. Then we have the 4 quantities, and these are carried over from the first tab. In the colours section, we can enter the inks to be printed on both side 1 and side 2 of the stock. If you're printing process colours, you would simply click on the processes checkbox. On either side. Or we can choose the number of spot colours in the spot drop-down menu. We also have the option to choose black, so we're going to have black and process colours. And on the other side here we have the mixing, how many of those are going to be mixed. The maximum number in the mixing drop-down will be the number of spot colours chosen on the spot drop-down menu, and also the wash-ups. You have the option of washing up, mixing and washing up both colours. The black checkbox, the B, is for the black wash-up, because that's often at a different rate than colour wash-ups. The runs per piece is based on the number of colours the press can print in one pass of the press. If you wish to change the number of colours printed per pass to less than the maximum colours a press can run in a pass, simply click on the checkbox on the runs per piece to lock the drop-down menu, and then select the number of inks you wish to run. So for example, if you are running colours plus gold, you might want to run the gold on a separate run, which would mean it wouldn't be run at the same time as another colour. The same colours checkbox duplicates the selections on side 1 of colours, process and black, to that at side 2. And if the job is work and turn or work and tumble, select the appropriate checkbox. This will cause PrintQuote Pro to use half the number of plates and make readies. And once you have these settings, then the number of plates will automatically be calculated and the number will be displayed on the plates button. You can change the automatic plate settings. You just click on the plates button, because you may need to run changes of plate on one of the colours being run. For example, if you were doing business cards and you had 4 name changes, you might only do that with the black plates, so you might choose one colour and have 3 plate changes, or 4 depending on the number of people you wish to change the information for, and this will take that into consideration. You can also choose how many plates, metal or polyester, and just click OK. The R is a revert button which takes you back to your previous choice. But here we'll have 1 plate per colour for the 3 colours. And the same on side 2. Here we have external artwork and internal artwork. We've got a typesetting value, artwork value and a film value. And that's for internal or external artwork. If you click on the heading, a dialog will open giving you many more options for your artwork. Typesetting and time for the typesetting, more detailed artwork, you can break that down, add a time for that. Then there's scans, deep etching, photo adjustments and so forth, and all different types of negatives and proofs. We have here types that are sort of pretty out of date by now, but in some countries they still use some of these processes, so we've left them there for those people. And the internal artwork is the same. Generally speaking, you'll be just using the totals that are placed in these fields here. You can also select art supplied, disc supplied, film supplied, and that'll be printed on the job sheet, so that people handling the job sheet will know whether to be looking for supplied art or so forth. We can then choose who prepares the artwork, and again, like in the previous drop down menus, you have 3 options: add artworker, modify artworker and delete artworker. To add an artworker, you just select add artworker, type in their name and they'll be selected. To modify those, first select the item, then choose modify artworker. Chip OK. To delete an artworker, first select the artworker and then choose delete artworker, and you'll be asked to confirm the deletion. We also have numbering and perfing. If you're running number and perfing job in conjunction with an ink run or on its own, you enter the numbers here and the perforation, number of perforations here. If you click on the heading, you can then put in the start number and the finish number of the numbering, and on the perforating heading you can put a description that'll be displayed on the job sheet, giving them details about how the perforations are to be done. And here we have use num_perf run rate and use ink run rate. So here you can choose whether to incorporate both or use the run rate of numbering and perfing, or both rates, and that also can be adjusted in the numbering and perfing setup, whether you include number and perfing in the numbering and perfing setup, whether you include the first colour make ready in the numbering and perfing setup, or you average or don't average numbering and perfing if you're doing both at the same time. And then the cost, time, rate per thousand, and the cost for additional numbers and additional perfs are added in here in the press preferences. The books, pads and NCR section is where we set up details for any books or magazines. So here we have a book with a number of components. A coupon's going to be stapled into the centre. We've got the cover. We've got a full colour insert, which is a brochure that's going to be inserted into the magazine. We've got a full colour section in the magazine and a two colour section in the magazine. So if we choose full colour section, we'll see it's a book, and there's 36 pages in the full colour section, and there's 2 pages per section. If we choose the two colour section, we'll see there's 16 pages in the two colour section and 2 pages per section. If we were doing NCR and we'll click on the NCR button, then we can enter the number of sets per book and the number of pages per set, and whether they're pads or books. And here we have each page of the book is the same, and that will impact on the number of plates we use. So you can print a magazine or book with the same design on each page, or you can deselect that and every page will be different and your plate numbers will be different. So if we go to full colour section, we'll see each page is different, so that's deselected in the magazine, and the same with the two colour section. If you're creating a new item, we click add print item, and that'll add it to this list of items. So you can go through and add any number of items you wish to your job, as long as the quantities are related. So here we've got 600 books will have 600 coupons, 600 covers, 600 full colour inserts, 6 colour full colour sections, and 600 two colour sections. And we can add any number of items there. And whenever we make any changes, we just click update print item. We'll be asked to confirm the saving of it if there hasn't been anything modified, and also we're given the option to change the name of that particular print item.